Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Mastering Maize and Blue episodes. Myself, Gara Abdul Shafi, and Vivian will be talking about the Wolverine Mentoring Collective. Once again, my name is Gara Abdul Shafi, and I'm involved in various organizations here on campus, such as being a career peer, a supplemental instructor, and many more. My favorite dessert is ice cream. Vivian, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Vivian Clements. My major is in criminal justice. I'm involved as being an orientation leader, but I hope to be more involved this upcoming fall. And my favorite movie is John Wick. I don't know why. I just love a good action movie. I'd like to present our guest up next. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves, and you could take one of our questions of a favorite dessert or your favorite movie.
I will go first because I appear first on the slide. My name is Bridget Bradicus. I am a lead mentor for the Wolverine Mentoring Collective. And my favorite dessert is like a mango ice pop. So like frozen mango juice, essentially.
Nice, that sounds delicious and healthier than what my answer will be momentarily. So I'm Tyler Gannett. I'm the Director of Student Life. And I support the Wolverine Mentor Collective and Bridget in her work. My favorite dessert is brownies with extra chocolate chips and vanilla bean ice cream smothered in Ready Whip, because it's different when it's out of the can. I try to save the environment, and I know the aerosol is probably not good, but it's just so much better.
Honestly, that sounds decadent. I wish I could have that right now. But I don't know. I love a good brownie and ice cream. Ice cream's my favorite dessert. I know I answered 2 questions about myself, but I had to throw that out there. So I'm going to kick off the first question today, and I wanted to ask the both of you, what is your favorite part about U of M Dearborn?
I absolutely adore the community that the campus has. I love it so much. It's actually part of why I came to U of M Dearborn in the first place. My first option when I was applying back in 2018 was actually Ann Arbor. And I decided on U of M Dearborn because I came to campus and I fell in love. The UC was one of my favorite places, even with that green paint on that upper wall. I still absolutely adored it. So I would say the community.
For me, I think I would say it's absolutely the students, which I think kind of builds from Bridget, right? The students are also passionate and driven and are so willing to support one another, as demonstrated, I think, by how quickly we had so many mentors sign up for the Wolverine Mentor Collective as we're launching it this year. So many within such a short time. And I think the real ability for students and staff to really make a difference in a student's experience. One person can truly change how many other students, truthfully, are going to experience their time on campus. So you all as orientation leaders, Bridget as a lead mentor, the impact that you all have is immense on the student experience, and I just adore that. I'm also a little obnoxious, so.
I'm honestly really excited to be a part of the campus community next semester. I transferred here in fall 2020, so kind of like in the pandemic. So I'm really excited to see and like feel a part of like a sense of community again. And I'm really excited to meet everyone face to face, especially all the people that I've worked with over the summer. So we'd like to go ahead on to the next question.
So for our next question, how would you describe campus and the community?
It's very close-knit. It feels like a family. I equate it to where my second family is, which is science fiction conventions. And I felt a real connection between those environments and U of M Dearborn's campus and the community that's present here. There's a lot of desire for learning and growth and conversations and that connection that is so important, especially when you're going through college, being able to feel connected to the space around you.
And I think similar to Bridget and the answers a moment ago, just there's so much ability to connect with others in whatever way is most comfortable for you and whichever pocket of the student population is most fitting for you. And so many ways to truly make a difference within the community that we're all a part of.
Circling back to community, I know that I've truly missed it. I know talking to some of the freshmen during the orientation sessions, which they've all been lovely. If you're in the engineering college, you've seen me. But I'm really excited for like these in-person orientations that we are going to be having, and the Welcome Wolverine Day is going to be really exciting. So I'm really excited for all of that. I'm just going to go ahead and kick off into the next question because we want to know a little bit more about you guys. So how long have you been working in your field or expertise, and how long have you been at U of M Dearborn for?
So I've been at U of M Dearborn since 2018. It's been 3 years. I'm going into my 4th year, in my final year, which is bittersweet. I'm glad to be graduating, but I'm sad to be leaving campus. And I've been in my current role in OSL for more than a year now. It's working on more than a year. Came in summer of 2020.
And for me, it would depend upon how long or what you define as field. But I've been working at UM Dearborn for 6 years now. And I actually started my professional career here at UM Dearborn as a success coach. So that has been very exciting, getting to see the campus transform and change over time. Before that, I was a graduate student and an intern. So yes, so 6 years and at UM Dearborn the whole time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the wordplay. Field, I was just thinking about like, how long have you been like doing what you're doing? So you answered it perfectly. Both of you did. I know that I personally want to be more involved with the campus, and I hope to establish my roots here. I realize how fast that I'm going to be here and leave, and I'm hoping to plant my roots like you guys have and be involved with the community for as long as I can. So to talk more about your guys' positions, what are some of your main responsibilities that you guys do?
In a perspective of the Wolverine Mentoring Collective, I, as a lead mentor, help to provide guidance to other mentors. I help with recruiting both mentors and mentees to bring the program into a broader, wider reach on campus. Making sure that those who may need a mentor or who will want to be a mentor are able to fill that role or get what they need essentially on campus. So a lot of it comes down to connecting with the program, people who are involved in the program. I also help to plan events so that people have another opportunity to connect with one another outside of just maybe their mentor pairings.
And then for me within my role, so I am director of student life, which means I lead the student life team in its entirety, helping to support our staff, our professional staff, as well as our student staff of paraprofessionals in the work around welcoming new students to campus once they've arrived, through Wolverine Welcome Day, through the Mentoring Collective, as well as helping through civic engagement work, student food pantry, student organizations, fraternity and sorority life. I advise the Wolverine Media Network, which is an awesome new student org, just like the First Gen student org. Both are great sponsored student organizations, as are SOAC, SAB, and student government, just to do little shameless plugs there, you know. And then also First Gen programming, so First Gen student org being a big part of that. feel like and I support the Dearborn COVID support team as well. So I'm a part of that. The little trio, the Dean of Students, the Dearborn Student COVID Support Coordinator, Maddie, and myself.
Thank you for sharing. So for our next question, what is the Wolverine Mentoring Collective? What is the goal and the mission of this program?
So I could speak partly on this, but Tyler will have more information and the official statements about it. But so the Wolverine Mentoring Collective is a new program. It's essentially a revamp and an expansion of the previous Duck Mentoring program. We wanted to bring more pairings and more capacity to campus for mentorship. And so this was the way that we found to be most effective based off of various resources. But Tyler has official statements and everything about the Wolverine Mentoring Collective.
Yeah, so I think it's a great way for new students to connect with an upper level mentor who can help guide them through how to navigate campus, how to get connected with other new students, different events to go to so that you're not the only one, or so that you're not going and not knowing anyone there and having to randomly meet someone, which is also okay. But just knowing that you've got someone who may also be able to go and meet up with you and have that familiar face that will be smiling behind a mask to greet you. And just really having that early support network to navigate all that it means to be a Dearborn Wolverine.
I've been learning so much about campus and things being an orientation leader. So when I heard about the Duck Mentoring Program, I was really excited to learn more about it and do this podcast. So I'm really excited to hear about the different things that you guys do in the new revamped expansion for the Wolverine Mentoring Collective and everything. So I'm really excited to see everything that you guys do. But speaking of stuff that you guys do, what are the different kinds of resources that you provide for students?
So our program obviously provides a mentor to new, it's first year, second year, and transfer students are all eligible for the program in order to engage with campus. We know that especially coming back to campus and having any return this past year has been really difficult for some students who started off in fall of 2020. And so it allows them to have an introduction to campus that connects them to the community through someone that they have a direct line of communication to and don't have to necessarily seek out on their own. So not only do we provide the mentors and help with that pairing, but we also do events and provide various information on resources and different offerings that are currently on campus. Our program is a collaboration between Experience Plus and Student Affairs. So we have all of the programs and offerings that Experience Plus has, as well as Talent Gateway and Career Services. And so it's a really great collaboration between a bunch of different resources on campus that really allow for students to feel not only connected, but also informed and supported while they're here on campus.
I would just contribute that in addition to serving the incoming students and continuing second year students in pairing them with a mentor, it's providing development opportunities for mentors as well. So those upper level students who want to engage at a deeper level and make that difference for new students and grow as a leader themselves, it's a wonderful opportunity to really make that happen.
So for our next question, what are the benefits that a person can gain from being a part of the Wolverine Mentoring Collective, and why should someone have a mentor?
It's hard to sometimes feel connected to campus when you don't know anyone, when you're unsure if people from maybe your high school are coming to campus. You're going from the pandemic to being potentially in person, or you might be living at the Union for the first time and on your own, and you don't know exactly what that's going to mean, or you're unsure about resources. And having a mentor and being part of the Wolverine Mentoring Collective can help provide some relief to some of those questions or those concerns or that anxiety that some students feel. Having a mentor is not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you don't know things. It's actually, I think it's a huge sign of strength that you're reaching out and wanting to get help. We always encourage students to get professional mentors and adults who have been potentially in their career for many years, but we forget that mentors can also be our peers, and peer mentoring has a great positive impact on the lives of students because it does bring that connection back and make sure that students feel heard and welcome to the community that they're part of.
Yeah, I would just kind of loop back around to the point on we encourage folks for those professional mentors because it's at transition points, things get stressful. You transition from college to working. That's very stressful. And every time you change jobs in the future, it's stressful and moving to a new level. And ideally, you have a mentor who's a little bit further along to guide you along the way. And so this is really no different. You're a newer student navigating the transition from high school, community college, working, or a first year going remote to coming in person for the first time. It's a transition, and there are folks who've done it before and can help answer questions you have and really steer you in the right direction. And like Bridget noted too, asking questions is absolutely a sign of strength, because sometimes the hardest thing to do is ask a question and know when it's important to get some of that support and guidance. And sometimes it's also just having someone there to give you that guidance when you don't really know you even need it.
You guys have such passion in your answers. I feel like I want to have a mentor now. Before we started filming, we all talked about applying to become a mentor, and I feel so strong about your program. It sounds so amazing. I wish that if I were a freshman and I started at Dearborn, which I didn't, but if I did, I think I would have been so a part of this program, just like finding your way, because that transition from high school to college is definitely different. And I felt like that, at least when I was a freshman, that there's just a tiny bit more responsibility. So it's really nice to have a place to go and like get that advice and help that you need. So I want to kick off to our next question that kind of goes along with my answer. And how can students get involved either as a mentor or a mentee?
So there are two different ways. So you can go directly to the Office of Student Life's new student engagement page and find the Wolverine Mentoring Collective page, where there are links to both sign up as a mentor or a mentee. The official sign up date to be a mentee is, I believe, August 10th, so the day after filming this. But mentor signups are currently active. You have to have a 3.0 GPA in order to serve as a mentor and be a junior or a senior. And if you want to be a mentee, first year, second year, and transfer students are all eligible to be a mentee.
Thank you for that. I'm kind of upset that more people can't sign up for a mentee, but I'm hoping that people were able to hear about this amazing program. I know that you said earlier that you had a lot of signups and everything. So I'm excited to see the transition in the fall and hopefully apply to be a mentor once I feel stronger about campus and everything. Just to double check and make sure that students know where to go, I'd like to kick off just to double check. But where is your office located? And then how can students create appointments to come and see you guys?
Yeah, so our main office is 2136 University Center. We love drop-ins. We don't actually have a standard appointment calendar. As of yet, you're always welcome to give us an email at engagement@umich.edu. And we're also happy to schedule something, but drop-ins are great. And actually, we will be launching a very exciting thing for fall, in addition to Wolverine Mentor Collective, and that is our new involvement desk that will be downstairs next to the Picasso Cafe. And it'll be a great location for all students to pop in, ask questions, connect with their mentors, just learn how to get involved, generally speaking, also get lots of great swag items, check out cool things to use on campus, check in their bag that they don't want to lug outside as they're playing some cornhole, as we say in Michigan, apparently. I call it bags. Don't make fun of me. I corrected myself before I said it, and then called myself out, of course. But you probably don't want your backpack with you outside playing cornhole or ladder golf. And so we're going to hold on to those things back there too for you, so you don't have to worry about it. It is going to be a blast, so much fun. And that will be really the hub for students to come in and connect with our office and our team.
Thank you for sharing. I'm honestly very excited to just get back to campus so that I can actually be there and play with the students. So for our next question, what is something that you wish you would have known before starting college?
Mine is very easy. I told myself my freshman year that I wasn't going to get really involved in anything. And then I went to WOW, which is our Wolverine outdoor welcome experience. Wow. And I fell in love with getting involved with things. And I realized that I should have had the right mindset coming in, that getting involved is not a bad thing. While it may feel like there are a lot of different things you can get involved in, and you might have some fear of missing out or FOMO. It's okay to pick and choose and dedicate what time you have to what you want to do. So find something that you're passionate about, find the time that you can dedicate to it and dedicate it to it. I did that with First Gen, and we are very proud of all the work we've been doing with the First Gen Student Org. And I'm very proud of all the work we've been doing with the Wolverine Mentoring Collective. And it's kind of just picking where you find the most passion and putting that towards it, but making sure you're getting involved. Freshman year may feel scary and feel very intimidating to go into, but that involvement is what's going to make it feel more like not only a campus experience, but potentially more like home and more like a place that you're comfortable being in for your time there.
And I would say it's really about making the time at the university work for you. There are so many ways to get connected and involved that fit any sort of schedule. We're always trying our best to be innovative in how we're serving students with all sorts of schedules. So a new first year student coming in straight from high school and serving them, or a non-traditional student who may have been in the workforce for a while and is primarily just looking to come to campus after hours. Perhaps they're still working, or who maybe even wants to bring family that they have of their own to campus and show their little ones what it means to be a Dearborn Wolverine. Really make the experience work for you. And if something's not quite fitting, let us know, because we want to make it work for you. All sorts of ways to connect, get involved, and really use the resources that are at your disposal. I love to say that we have all sorts of free resources, right, that you've paid for with your tuition. And so why not use those free resources like this mentoring program or supplemental instruction or a tutor? It's all free to you at the low cost of your tuition. So, act now and get involved, use the resources, really take advantage of all the campus has to offer.
I totally agree. I do recommend definitely to start getting involved very early on so that you don't miss out on any opportunities that the campus offers.
I completely agree as well. Definitely the two things to take away from that are get involved and use your resources. They're here for you. I've talked about that previously in a different podcast, but use the resources and get involved. Which kind of ties into this question of what advice would you give to a new U of M Dearborn student? So if you have a different perspective as well that you both would like to share.
My advice is something that I had to learn from being an orientation leader, was how to say, I don't know, but I know I can find the answer, or I know I can do that. So being confident in my own abilities enough to say that at this moment, I don't know that, but I know I will, and I know I can figure out what it is, find the answer, whatever it may be. It served me really well while I was an orientation leader. I was not a big fan of knowing all the details about athletics, but I knew people who knew that. And so when people ask me questions about like our rankings or what sports specifically we had, I had no clue, but I always told them I don't know, but I can figure out the answer for you. So just knowing when to say I don't know, and either asking for help or being able to know where that answer may be.
One note about athletics, our hockey teams are bomb. Like, go to the games. They are great. We focus our homecoming around it. Absolutely do it. But then the piece of advice that I would give, that is not that a side note, really to not be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. If you're always doing something that you're comfortable with, you won't learn and grow in your experience at the university. And so just taking those little moments of discomfort and reflecting on them and learning from them. And you may find something that you're extremely passionate about, or that you end up being super excited to pursue even further because you've stepped out of your comfort zone. And those are the coolest moments to watch, when a student is like, I don't know how I feel about talking on camera. And then they just blow it out of the water and are hosting podcasts, and all of the new students are watching them.
Honestly, I liked your plug about the hockey team. That's great to know, because when I transferred, I used to go to Lawrence Tech, and the culture over there, they really like hockey too. So that's really exciting to hear about. I really enjoyed hearing both of your perspectives about different kinds of advice to new students. I know that you've been giving advice the whole time, but it's just really nice to have that sense of clarity, and just knowing that there's going to be amazing people here on campus that are going to be here for you, and just learning those lessons, like Bridget, you were talking about earlier, learning those kinds of lessons throughout the time here, and there's going to be people to support you along the way. So I don't know if Gada wants to kick off into the next question.
Yes, I'll be happy to do so. So for our next question, what are some fun facts about you?
Okay. Fun facts about me. I've been a vegetarian my entire life. So since I was born, for the last 21 years, I'm vegetarian. With the variation of I've had fish and I've had eggs and cheese and stuff. So not pure vegan or anything like that, but vegetarian and what falls under that. I love playing video games, but I don't like playing games that require a lot of anger, any shooting games and stuff like that. I don't like those, but I do enjoy a good Stardew Valley session or Sims or anything along those lines. And it's not really about me, but the last one would be that I have a dog named Blueberham Lincoln, because we wanted him to have a cute little nickname, and Abe felt a little weird to call a dog, so we call him Blue.
Is he honest?
I think so. He found a donut once in someone's room and brought it down to show us that he had found a donut. So he's pretty honest. Great.
I mean, that seems very much like chopping down the cherry tree.
Yeah.
Really living up to it. I respect that. Let's see. So, well, clearly the first piece is I have a very dry sense of humor. One might say it's a dad humor or dad jokes. So thank you all for bearing with that. Another fun fact. So I was the first in my family to go to and graduate from college. And I'm very proud of that fact. And additionally, I am currently a doctorate student, which is also very exciting. And this fall, I will be conducting a study to survey all sorts of students. And so if you all end up with something in your inboxes at some point, I hope you'll participate, because it will help inform future programs and services for campus.
I also wanted to add a little fun fact about me that not everybody may know is that I am a triplet. So Vivian, do you have any facts that you would like to share with everyone?
You mean I've worked with you all summer long and didn't know that?
No, because like I'm the only one that goes to U of M Dearborn. The other two go to Wayne State, so we kind of are like separated. So yeah, not much.
There were no like switcheroos.
No, never.
No fast ones on Vivian.
Wow, my eyes like literally like out of their sockets there for a second. I'm shocked. I gotta think of a cool fun fact now. Well, something I was thinking about, because I don't want to say the last fun fact that I did on the last one that I did, but I've been cooking since I was 9 years old. I really like cooking. I cook for my family a lot. My grandpa taught me how to grill. At my old school, I was a part of a sorority there, and I was known as like the grill dad, like for the summer retreats that we would do. So that's one of my titles. But I really just enjoy it. I'm kind of okay at baking. I know how to make cookies and like stuff like that. I'm working on pie. Pie crust is a little hard to make. But you know, I don't know. I really enjoy cooking. It's kind of like a stress relief kind of thing. I'll just go home and just start chopping up some vegetables or something. um Besides that, you guys all had really cool fun facts and everything. I enjoyed learning more about you guys and learning especially about the Wolverine Mentoring Collective and all the advice. Just it was really nice to hear everything that you guys had to say. So to unfortunately close this podcast, if you guys need any information at all about the Wolverine Mentoring Collective or anything about the Office of Student Life, the contact information is right above here, or you can go to the website at U of M Dearborn and just search the Office of Student Life or Wolverine Mentoring Collective. You can find more information there. And then lastly, ready to keep mastering Maize and Blue? Visit uofmdearborn.edu/masteringmaizenblue for previous and future episodes, and also check out the U of M Dearborn YouTube because episodes are also uploaded there. Thank you guys again for today. It was really awesome.
Thank you.